is a Fox 10 News Alert.
All right, everybody, not a whole lot of significant sound coming from this video. President Trump there in San Diego, California, taking a look at the border wall prototypes. But let's continue to listen in.
harder to climb over, it's harder to grapple over, and it gives us an opportunity to hop to the front bench as well. One of the things we've really learned on this huge mental change from 18. These are all 30 feet. 30, 20, at least 25 to 30. 30 feet the hardest ones to climb are a smooth finish. This is easy. This is very easy. This one with a smooth face, or smooth the face, and the changing the material like I said before. I'm right behind us. This one because we changed the material. This is all stuff that sheet steel. Very smooth surface. Very effective surface. This is the galvanized.
Hi there, everybody. Welcome to Fox News Now, part of Fox10Phoenix.com. My name is Pilar Arias. You are watching live video of President Donald Trump in San Diego, California, previewing some of the border wall prototypes. The audio coming out is not that great, but we'll continue to listen in. In the meantime, I just want to let you know that more than 400 firms submitted proposals to be included here. 6 companies built a total of 8 prototypes. Contractors were based in Alabama, Arizona, Maryland, Mississippi, and Texas. And the prototypes were actually built in, is it Otay Mesa, California? If you live out there, feel free to correct me with that one. The prototypes, you can see a lot of them there in the background, are 18 to 30 feet high, and they must prevent digging below the wall for at least 6 feet. So again, this is President Donald Trump there in the San Diego area. You're watching Fox News Now, a part of Fox10Phoenix.com.
We can adjust this every 2 feet. We can stare at it every floor. We don't have to do we've got actually on the coast we've got 5 days. It's easy, so they can go. Well, up to about here, and then we put in flexible actually are currently put 30 feet up without the any without good, so it all worked out. Nah, the Marines look right.
looking at the wall and the wall systems, and we have a lot of them. And this gentleman, who's a real expert, you've been doing this how long?
25 years, sir.
And you were here before they had a wall.
Correct. I started here in 1992.
And what was it like until you built the wall? And the wall, by the way, is that wall up there, which is just sheet metal, but still at least it works a little bit. How was it before you built the wall?
So there was effectively no border in San Diego. It was a chaotic situation. This fence behind me, it was made out of scrap metal that the military wasn't using, that we set in place to really just delineate the border once again.
You needed something.
And it changed our environment. We went from, we decreased the illegal cross-border traffic by 95% with that fence and the roads and the lights and the technology.
So that's 95% with a scrap metal wall that they just put together with excess material. And it worked 95%. And that wall they can get over very easily. These walls they can't. But you know, for the people that say no wall, if you didn't have walls over here, you wouldn't even have a country. You wouldn't even have a country. And by the way, the state of California is begging us to build walls in certain areas. They don't tell you that. And we said, no, we won't do it until we build the whole wall. But there are certain areas, as you know, where they're really wanting us to build a wall. And because the people are complaining, people are pouring in. So, you know, they don't talk about that. Well, I do have a preference. The problem is you have to have see-through. You have to know what's on the other side of the wall. And I mean, a preference is something like that. The problem is you don't know what's on the other side of the wall. And if you don't know what's on, I mean, you could be 2 feet away from a criminal cartel and you don't even know they're there. Now, we have equipment to take care of that, x-ray equipment, etc. But if you're on that side of the wall, that's the hardest wall to scale. It's got a lot of assets. The problem is, tell them, what do you think about the importance of see-through?
When I have a see-through wall, sir, I know what's approaching the border before it approaches. We have great partners in Mexico with the law enforcement on that side. I can call them for assistance. I don't get the opportunity to get ahead of a threat if I can't see it approaching.
And what's the danger of not having the see-through?
When the steel metal fence behind us, we learned from that, and back in the 90s, we went in and actually cut in cords where we could see on the south side. We found that smugglers were using the fence to hide behind. And they were either rocking our agents or they would acquire large groups of people or narcotics, and then they would just rush across the border quickly.
Now, if you just have a pure fence, now that's a fence, a very sturdy fence. But coming up, I noticed, the first thing I noticed, look how many holes are in that fence. Now, they fix the holes, but it doesn't look very good. They just patch it with more fence. But you take a look at the fence, and it's a very powerful fence, not doing the trick, because they cut holes in it, and then they're patching holes all the time. I'm just looking, you have hundreds of holes cut in and patched. So the fence is not strong enough. It's not the right idea. But for those people, if you don't have a wall system, we're not gonna have a country. And there's a lot of problems in Mexico. They have a lot of problems over there. And they have the cartels, and the cartels, we're fighting the cartels, and we're fighting them hard. Nobody ever fought them like we fought them. I mean, we fight them hard. But the fact is, if you don't have a wall system, it would be bedlam, I imagine.
It's very hard to control with just personnel, sir. It's a combination of all of the above.
So we're looking at the walls where you have some really some see-through capability. If you don't have some see-through, it's a problem. So we'll take a look up here.
This way, guys. Out of the middle of the road.
Bring them down here. And then the transition, they got to push off. When they're climbing, they got to back out. So it makes it harder to transition. There's the 6x6, sir. It's climbing the bollard kind of harder because when you get to that end, I climb this. Oh yeah, is that where it's at? And then they bend the length of it, so no person can reach up to the top and transition over. You put a tube or anything on the top of it, it's another transition that we got to push back. They're great. They're built. We brought in special tools. It's Vortec. These guys are fine. They brought out two. The hardest one to climb was, well, actually, no, that one was the one on the end. But what they also said, anywhere you guys see, they can just this. I can catch this. I can respond. We have the time. So, again, we put multiple. This expands the ground. Put so much pressure.
everyone. You're watching News Now, part of Fox10Phoenix.com. We do not have any direct contact with the photographer moving there alongside the rest of the media, and we're providing the best sound to you that we can. But we'll continue to provide you this picture as long as they provide it to us.
Guys, right here.
Still. This was in the 1990s, sir, late 1980s. early 1990s. This is just to the west of San Ysidro Port of Entry. And this is what it looked like every day. I lived it. I'm not giving you bullet points from a slide
So
deck.
this is what it was in the 1990s. It was an open wound, frankly. It was really, really bad. People just pouring across, drugs, everything else pouring across. Now, of course, you have a much bigger worldwide drug problem. If we ever had nothing here, we have a lousy wall over here now, but at least it stops 90-95%. When we put up the real wall, we're going to stop 99%, maybe more than that. But this is what it is now with a not very good wall. But here it is before, and the people just pouring across.
This is one of the sections where we have double fencing. You have a board, actually triple fencing. You have a wall here, you have bollards.
Right.
And again, it's outdated materials, but it proved the concept. But sir, the economic driver of this outlet mall that was built after we reestablished law and order in San Diego sector, and right behind that's over 500 brand new homes where people have felt so safe near the border, they've moved back in. But that's only because the U.S. Border Patrol reestablished law and order.
So they reestablished law and order in San Diego when they put up a wall. And it's not a superior wall, it's an inferior wall, but it's a wall. And you actually use the term reestablished law and order.
Yes, sir.
Do you hear it, folks? I mean, say what you want. This is life. These are the facts of life. That's incredible. That's incredible. And a part of San Diego needs a wall. They want a wall very desperately. They're willing to do anything to get it. I said, nope, approve the whole wall, California. Approve the whole wall. We're not going to do your little pieces that you want. Approve the whole wall. You know the section I'm talking about. Okay, folks. Thank you. You get it?
Has been helpful for you?
Excuse me?
Has coming here to
Oh,
see
yeah,
these been...
fantastic. I mean, we're looking very much at the wall with some see-through capability on the other side and then solid concrete on top or steel and concrete on top. The round piece that you see up here or you see more clearly back there, the larger it is, the better it is because it's very hard to get over the top. It's really deterrent from getting over the top. Who would think? Who would think? But getting over the top is easy. These are like professional mountain climbers. They're incredible climbers. They can't climb some of these walls. Some of them they can. Those are the walls we're not using. So we've determined that you guys have done a fantastic job. We've determined what to do. This way, when we build, we're not like saying, oh, gee, I wish we did it a different way. But if you didn't have it, you would have a tremendous problem. And even the walls they have now, they're not holding out. They're not holding up. And they're small, but they're really great compared to what they had before.
Correct.
Stopped about 95%. Right?
Correct. I can just point out, we're showing pictures of the United States, of course, too. But there's been an equal benefit to Tijuana, to Mexico, that you don't have all that activity hanging out on the south side of the fence either. It's improved the border on both sides, not just our side.
Okay, folks?
Pretty criticism from Governor Brown that some of this money might be better spent
Well, I
elsewhere.
think Governor Brown's done a very poor job running California. They have the highest taxes in the United States. The place is totally out of control. You have sanctuary cities where you have criminals living in the sanctuary cities. And then the mayor of Oakland goes out and notifies when ICE is going in to pick them up. And many of them were criminals with criminal records and very dangerous people. You would say dangerous people. And no, I think the governor's doing a terrible job running the state of California. And, you know, hey, I have property in California, I will say. I don't think too much about my property anymore, but I have great property in California. The taxes are way, way out of whack. And people are going to start to move pretty soon. And if you don't have safety, meaning if you don't have this kind of wall, the drugs are pouring through in California. Can't do it. So the governor of California, nice guy, I think he's a nice guy, I knew him a long time ago, has not done the job. And the taxes are double and triple what they should be. And everybody that lives in California, they know it. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you. Follow Katie. To your left, everyone. To your left.
All right, everybody, looks like they may be wrapping up out there. But again, we'll continue to provide you this picture as long as the photographer is out there in San Diego. You're watching Fox News Now, a part of Fox10Phoenix.com. Thanks for being with us this afternoon.
Guys, push back some. Push back some. Push back. Back.
You just heard President Trump say that current fences are not strong enough on the border. You're watching Fox News Now, a part of Fox10Phoenix.com. If you're a first-time viewer, welcome. This is what we do Monday through Friday from about 9 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. Arizona time. My name is Pilar Arias. Mike Page is another News Now host.
Everyone just stay. Guys, everyone just back up a little bit. Just take it close. All right, let's back up. Back up, back up, back up, back up.
Big thanks to the White House pool photographer for allowing all of us to watch this together. Again, you've been watching Fox News Now, part of Fox10Phoenix.com.
So actually, he's got to set them up. He can't set them up.
Looks like media on both sides of the border there are covering this presidential tour.
Ready?
I'm ready. Is your camera live right now?
Yeah. Run. Turn the speaker on. Speaker's on.
All right, he's backing up, so back.
Watch yourself, Mills. Don't get killed. Explain that to your wife. I can't explain that to your wife. She was scared, like she always is. Stubborn.
Can you see me?
All right, those of you still with us here on Fox News Now, it looks like the photographer is getting what we call B-roll or video. So he or she continues moving around quite a bit here, getting various shots. So, of course, if anything that we absolutely positively need to show you comes up, we will. I do believe the president will be making remarks in regards to what he has seen out there later on today. But he was talking during his tour. So appreciate the thousands of you that watched. We currently have 1,800 still watching on YouTube. So we really appreciate it. We're going to hang on tight here. I'm going to try to double box the big board for you as well.
You see the boom with the excellent shot over now. Have you heard anything?
Raj is going to send them out as soon as we leave.
We're going to line you up like we do in bilaps. So stills first. You come first because you got to.
What are we shooting now?
But stay back here. We got to stay back. You're going to be shooting at a toe selector. He's going to be behind it with 15, I think 10 or 15 behind it. So they'll just back up a little stills, and then everyone else.
Okay, they're coming right now. I'm just trying to. It's just really slow. Spot on me. I think it was no spot earlier.
All right, everyone. It doesn't look like we'll be seeing President Trump again. So